this kind of stuff broke through all of our feeds at the same time, even though we have different For You pages, that's monoculture. One thing that we can all enjoy regardless of who we are.
Is it though? And to be clear, it's not the basic definition of monoculture that I'm taking issue with here. One cultural product, whether that is a particular blockbuster movie or a sports event, that it seems like we are all consuming at the same time. But the idea that we all enjoy it regardless of who we are, the implication that we all enjoy it equally, and that we are all sharing an experience of it. When we talk about a monoculture, at least in the North American context, we're frequently talking about a shared popular culture. Harkening back to the days when half of all families were watching the same TV show at the same time, listening to the same musicians, or at least the same genres of music. Everybody was going out to see whatever was big at the movie theater. And there are obviously some pro-social advantages to this. Shared cultural reference points, a shared vocabulary. And that can be tremendously unifying. It can help build and foster a sense of community. And it can most certainly feel good.
It feels good, right? Even though you might not be a basketball fan or a Knicks fan, this feels good because this is what monoculture feels like.
But here's the thing. That good feeling usually comes at the expense of somebody else's bad feeling. Because as good as monocultures are at being inclusive, they are also necessarily exclusive. We need to exclude certain voices and people and values from the conversation because we only got room for the one culture. It builds a sense of us, which necessarily comes at the expense of creating and vilifying them. So using the original creator's own example of the Knicks celebration, we get situations like this. Because monoculture is directly opposed to, it is opposite multiculture, often violently so. That sense of unity, that good feeling, is ambivalent at best, and at worst, it is xenophobic and fascistic. I am not saying that you shouldn't celebrate, that you shouldn't join in community with people when your favorite team wins a championship. I was celebrating when the Toronto Raptors won the NBA championship back in 2019, and I would have been partying in the streets if the Toronto Blue Jays had won the World Series last year. But this is a tremendously limited version of monoculture, temporary and narrow. And that's how we should all want it to stay. Because this is what monoculture looks like when you make it central to your everyday lived identity.